Hey guys, Beth here. Um, been cleaning up after the storms for the last 3 or 4 days, getting a storm tonight and tomorrow. I just want to mention something, and yes, I do not care about the dark circles under my eyes. Yes, I don't sleep much. I don't care if I don't have a tan yet. I don't care about my appearance. I don't care about what you think about me. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. I want to talk about Captain Leach. Okay, I want to talk about him because, you know, it's no secret. I mean, if I'm lying, somebody call me out on it. Captain Leach used to come in every morning, and he would stand in front of the calendar, and he would rock back and forth and just look about everything, that who was off on comp time, or who was going to be doing this or who was going to be doing that. And then he would leave and he would go to his house at Susan Court, and he would stay there all day long. And we were told not to bother him. Don't bother him. He would stay at his house all day long. And he'd come back at time to get off work, and he would look at the calendar again. But he would come in the morning on day term, and he would go through all the tickets that people had written on the evening term before or midnight before. And if he would just look at the officer, and if you wrote a ticket to one of his friends or somebody that he knew or somebody that contacted him and said, "Hey, she gave me a ticket," he would just look through the tickets and just look at the officer who wrote it and just rip them up, put them in the shredder. Put them in the shredder. Okay. So I had a incident where two motorcycles wrecked. They were both drunk. They wrecked, and I gave them both a citation. And the females on the back of the motorcycles were both injured, but I did give them both a citation. So I already had sent them upstairs to the court, to Elaine. And Captain Leach went up there and took care of it. So don't get my mistake of saying anything about the police department, because he came in there in front of everybody. I don't care who you ask. You can ask whoever you want to. If he saw a friend or somebody that called him and said anything about a ticket, he tore it up. He tore it up. So anything you did as an officer when you were on the lower rank, a captain did whatever they wanted to. Captain did whatever they wanted to. So I'll be going in depth about that. And, I have nothing against him personally, but something about that, right? Is it? But anyway, I'll be talking about more. Yes, it's been a hard day with my own issues, but I tell you what, this is not going away. This is not going away. And I'll be talking about Bill Garland. And I think he's still alive, and I'm not trying to hurt him in any way, but I'm telling the truth. He brought a picture of his stepdaughter in a bikini into the dispatch area in front of me and Tony Forrest and Dan Johnson and Brian Caskey, and said, "Look at my book holder here. Eat your heart out, boys." Her picture of her in her bikini. That is some sick shit, man. That's your stepdaughter, and you're showing people at the police department, men and women, look at my bookmarker, boys. Eat your heart out. That is some sick shit. Sick, 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 sick. And I tell you what, I'm not afraid. What's he gonna do to me? What's he going to do? What can anybody do to me for telling the truth? But anyway, I will be going over every single officer, their experience and what they did. And no, it's not revenge. It's the facts. It's the truth. Okay? Do you want to know why Tony Force retired? Do you want to know why Pam retired? Do you want to know why other people retired? And where are they working now? And who got them the job? And I tell you one thing, I don't care what anybody says. Mayor Katrina Keith, she had it. She had it. She did mayor's minutes. She knew everything about every situation in the city of Arden. Everything about the water plant. She knew every operating machine. She knew the parts to it. She knew how to dissect it. She did all of that. And why didn't she get reelected? Because she was too transparent. She was too transparent. So I tell you what, I will be getting back to Captain Leach and his relation, Jim Howard. Don't know if he's still around. Don't care. But the whole thing about the police academies and Collins Career Center and all that. I'll be getting into all that. And I don't care. I don't care. I'm not afraid. What are they going to do to me for speaking the truth? If you can tell me something that I've not told the truth about, bring it on. Bring it on. Because you know what? I don't have anything to lose. I don't have anything to lose. And the whole incident with the attorney I was talking about, I think that's pretty much been resolved. And once it is resolved, I will explain that to you. But just remember, today I went down with a friend of mine to get some green tomatoes from the farmer's market. And I saw 2 officers down there talking to girls. Okay. Did they call out special people for overtime to watch the basketball tournaments down there? And I spoke to a lot of people at the farmer's market who said that the basketball tournament being specifically on the parking lot kept them from business. So Sam, I love you, Sam Hyten. But why didn't they block the street off and have the basketball games over on 2nd Street and let the farmer's market people sell their goods? You know, that blocked traffic for everybody. Nobody could get in there to get anything. You see what I'm saying? So you got priorities here in Ironton. Who sets those priorities? Who does that? Does Sam do that? And then I also heard that Pam got hired to be to take Larry Large's place in a zoning officer. Are you kidding me with that? Are you kidding me with that? Everybody knows her reputation. Everybody knows what happened. Everybody knows about her nephew. Everybody knows about everything. And, she's going to retire and get another job for the city because they want to look out for people. They want to look out for their own. Well, we'll delve into that. Okay. But anyway, everybody have a good weekend. Now, listen, the judge won't be back in till Tuesday, so watch what you do. I'm at home here by myself, and no, I'm not out partying and carrying on. But just let me revitalize what I'm going to be talking about, okay? Why Pam retired, why Tony Force retired, what happened. Where did Tony Force go after he retired from IPD? And Tony, I don't fear you, honey. I don't fear you. I know everything about everything. And, I'm not afraid. What are you going to do? You going to come to my house? I doubt it. So anyway, we'll be talking about more about Dan Johnson, who's the chief right now. And we'll be talking about all the complaints that I went down there and filed on certain officers that have Dan Johnson has done nothing about. And that's okay, because it's all record. It's all record. And, he said to me, I've only got a year and a half left. I just want to make it through. Well, I understand that. He's the reason I went arbitration, because he had sex on duty at Speedway on video, and they gave him a written reprimand. And arbitrator said, look, nothing personal, Dan, but it is what it is. You did it. You did it, didn't you, honey? You did it. So the arbitrator said, if a man can have sex while on duty at a Speedway on video and get a written reprimand, and I gave somebody a break on a ticket, and then Butch Morford and J.B. Collier threatened me with 5 years in prison if I didn't plead to a misdemeanor, and then it took me 14 years to get that misdemeanor expunged. Judge Ballard went before him, and he said, this case is so old, it's not even in our system anymore. My attorney said, exactly. They kept me from making a living, and they blackballed me from getting a job at any other police department. because they just did. They could because they were men. They were men. And you know what? I don't judge everybody about what they do, but if you have done something to change my life, yes, I will. I will. And so anyway, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go out and vacuum the pool again. Yes, it's late at night, but I'm like a vampire. I stay up late at night. And but I will be back, and I will be telling you more about Captain Leach and how he worked midnights so he could take his girlfriend in the cruiser with him, and her son laid back in the back seat of the cruiser while his wife was at home, and he drove around with her. Now, if I'm lying, somebody correct me. And how many times, if you're married to a cop, how many times when your husband leaves for work, you sit and worry about if he's going to come back okay? And then, do you ever wonder what he's doing? Do you ever wonder if he's down there with young girls? Just like today at Farmer's Market, Evan McKnight, Polly are down there. They're both married, or I don't know if Evan is. I know he's got whatever. But they're both down there talking to girls. You know, standing there talking to girls, and I videoed it. And what are they doing? They're down there. Why are they down there? There's basketball playing and Farmer's Market. You know, now, if they called out overtime for that, I understand it. I do. But why would you call out overtime for the Farmer's Market? The basketball shit happened yesterday, kept the Farmer's Market from making money. And who allowed that? Who allowed it? So I'll be back with a lot more information, and a lot more information that people don't want to hear. So God bless Bethris, Ohio.